What's up guys, Titan 1500, and in this series I'm going to teach you all about building a blow-through. Okay guys, so in the first video here, where it's all about selecting the right carburetor to start with. So there's a lot of carburetors out there that are cheap. The market is actually flooded right now with a lot of carburetors. Everyone knows everyone's going EFI, and a lot of people still want $400 or $500 for their carbs, but they're just not really getting it. So we're gonna go through, find a couple examples online, what carburetors I would start with, things to look for in the carburetors, and what you should probably pay. So here's two examples we have on the table here. Here's a Proform 950. This is a pretty good example. So while this was $400, this was actually a few years ago we purchased this, and now I probably get it down a little bit cheaper. And we also have a Demon 750, which is pretty awesome. That's $250. And I found a few more online, so let's check those out. Okay guys, so when I'm looking online to find the right carburetor, I really like to kind of run a Facebook here actually. We got a couple queued up. I just searched for double pumper. And so here's a couple that we came up with here. So here's a Holley 750. This is an E85 carb, so this would be just perfect. Look at that, 275. It's got adjustable air bleeds in it. Downlight boosters would be fine. You could, swap those out in the future if you want, but it's not required. The next one we got here, this one's a little expensive at $550, but I wouldn't worry about it because this is an Ultra XP, so that's a premium carburetor, and it's Facebook, so I'd probably offer the guy, $400. See if he goes from there. I don't see why he wouldn't take it. Another one, just searching today. I think let's see if it'll come up here. We'll give it a second. So here's one I had in the past. Here's Demon 750, 225. I think this one was on eBay. Just keep in mind this one here does not have the adjustable air bleeds, so might not be the best choice, but keep your eye out for that. But the price was pretty good here. Another one that we had available. So I saved this one from, I think it's a couple weeks ago anyways. This was on Facebook as well. $475, I'd probably offer him $400 for this. But again, adjustable air bleeds, already set for E85, just a great buy for this thing. You'd be up and running for, probably $500, and this thing would be great. Let's see here, we have another one queued up. Boom. Yeah, I found this one. I was trying to buy this one from this guy. This was a Demon, I believe this was an 850 or something like that, but it has annular boosters in it already, and it has the adjustable bleeds. This would have been the perfect carburetor. The guy couldn't figure out how to use PayPal, so it kind of freaked him out. He was in Iowa and I was in Wisconsin, so it wasn't that far away. I tried for about 2 weeks, he didn't quit responding to me, so but I really wanted this carb here. You could probably get it for $200, but $250 is a super fair price for that carburetor. But yeah, you can get them online real cheap. Just take a look, guys. Just keep your eyes out, keep looking on Facebook. But I like to search for a double pumper because it really narrows down the searches. And a lot of people, Holley carb, you search that, you get a bunch of junk you don't want. So when you're shopping for a carburetor, a few things that you're gonna want to look for. One, I would say the biggest thing you need to have is on the carburetor. You want like a HP style main body. What that means is that you're not gonna see a choke horn up here. Yes, you can have a choke horn and mill it down and do all that BS, but there's a trillion carburetors out there. So unless you already have one, don't start with one. The HP main bodies always have, right here, you see adjustable air bleeds, high speed, low speeds, and all four corners. That's critical for a blow-through application. If you don't, you can get by without them. The big deal is to adjust these hole sizes, you're gonna be super gluing little pieces of wire in there or gluing them and drilling them out, and it's really not a good solution. So these things are all over, Proform, Quick Fuel, Holley HP, Holley, the Dominator series, you can do that. But this is all about the 4150 style carburetors. So that brings me to the next thing. What else we wanna look for? We wanna have a true double pumper carburetor. And what I mean by double pumper, we have accelerator pump on the primary and the secondary. So we don't want vacuum secondary carburetors. It's gotta be a true double pumper. So again, shouldn't be very hard to find for you. So basically when you're looking for these carburetors, as long as it's a double pumper, try your hardest to get like an HP style main body, adjustable bleeds, you're pretty much set there. There are a few more things to look for. We'll switch to a picture right now about annular boosters. So on this carburetor, we have standard down leg boosters. This does work. It's not as good. Annular boosters react quicker, and you're gonna have a better, more signal, pull more fuel as well. But I had one of these carbs built up with just regular down legs, single power valve, ran just fine, 16, 17 PSI on a 5.3, you know, S480 combo. So for a lot of this, people who are gonna be building these things, let's target, you know, blow-through 85, blow-through gas combos. A lot of people, especially if you're on pump gas, you're not really gonna go above 16 PSI on 91, and that's kind of what we're going for. Down, dirty, and cheap. So a few more things we can look at here when you're selecting a carb. A lot of people get caught up in the CFM of the carburetor. Oh, it's a 650 carb because it's a 5.3, or you have a big block, so you gotta have a 900. It doesn't matter with blow-through. It really doesn't. At the high levels of things and trying to pull the most fuel, sure, maybe it matters a bit more. A higher flowing carb will make more power. Lower, you know, obviously a smaller carb is gonna have better throttle response still, especially off boost. In the end, you're jamming the air through the carb, it's passing the boosters, it's gonna move some fuel. You can have either one work. My last 5.3 had a 950 setup on it, ran just fine. You could even pretty much stab it and it'd go pretty well. So again, a lot of that's with tuning, but don't get caught up on it's a 650, it's too small. It's an 850, it's too big. If you got one, use it. And if it's a good price, buy it. So another thing, when you're looking at the carburetor, especially if it's a used carburetor, ask them to open the float bowls. If you see this brass carb, that has cost you $20 more. These are a no-no. These here are just gonna frickin' crunch. So what you need to have is a nitro bowl. So when you look in, just have the guy send you a picture of the inside of the bowl. There it is. That's what you want to see. The hard plastic. That's perfect. Okay, we're coming to another point here. There's a lot of great deals on these Demon carbs out there. They look sweet. They do. I've wanted one forever just because it says Demon and Jesse James. Demon. But anyways, there's a lot of them out there. People kind of want more money for them just because they're demons. They look badass. They did have a bad rep for reliability, but if you get one, just take it apart, clean it. You're gonna be tuning the thing anyways. It's a Holley. It's just fine. Note one thing though. So traditionally, when you're looking at a Holley, mostly these quick fuels and these Proforms, Pro Systems, all the metering block, they're gonna be the same, the primary to the secondary. So you can put a power valve. Well, I haven't seen a whole lot of Demons, but at least with this one, when I purchased it, what's wrong with this metering block? You can't put a power valve in it. So that's gonna cost me some money if I'd have to buy a new metering block. But to be honest with you, if I'm just doing a pump gas setup and I'm not running big power, even E85, a single power valve gets you a long ways. So I really wouldn't be a showstopper for me in most applications, but you know, since I'm a blow-through guy, I do like having two power valves and really smoothing that curve out. So keep in mind for picking up a Demon, have them open up that secondary and metering block and look, see if it has power valve channels. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for this episode here. So the next episode, we're gonna go over the basic parts you need to build these things. All the little bits and pieces, the screwdrivers, the taps, all that type of stuff. Everything you're gonna need before you just go to the bench and start building your blow-through. Cover all that. In the following video, we're gonna talk about power valve installation, go over that whole process with the tubes as well. Then finally, in the final video, we're gonna talk about tuning. We're gonna go through how to square the carb up, ensuring your power valves are sized correctly to your main jets, and we're gonna give you some basic settings to get your carburetor started. So that pretty much wraps up this video. All the products we're using in the video, everything you need to make your blow through, I'm gonna put links in the description below. Well, they are either my own products or some Amazon affiliate stuff to help the channel grow and keep this content rolling for you guys, so I appreciate it a lot. Also, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do that right now. It really helps the channel grow, and we'll see you in the next video.